Let's talk about the January 25th new moon in highly intuitive, super sensitive, nurturing water sign Cancer. This new moon, my friend, is pointing your focus to a new direction, a brand new life chapter, or to paraphrase Neil Donald Walsh, the highest vision of the next greatest version of who you came here to be. And because this vision is connected to the Saturn, Neptune, and Aries energy, jumpstarting a new era, and it's being activated during this new moon by Jupiter, by the sun and the moon squaring Saturn and Neptune, this new moon may feel like the rubber is now hitting the road when it comes to this next inspired phase of your life. So in this video, in part 1, I'm going to share with you who will most feel this new moon in Cancer, the themes of Cancer energy and the planetary conversations going on that we call aspects. How can we work with these aspects with the most ease and grace so we can make the most of this important Cancer new moon? And in part 2, I will be doing readings for all 12 signs based on your rising sign and pulling an oracle card for each of the signs as well. All YouTube astrologer readings are based on your rising sign, but keep in mind that you have many other planets and points in your natal astrology chart, any of which could be activated by this new moon, which can tell a whole different story for you personally. And this is something that I can illuminate for you in an astrology consultation. So I am super excited to dive into this Cancer new moon with you. But before we do, I want to warmly welcome you to the channel. If you are brand new, I'm so glad that you have found us. If you are highly sensitive, empathic, on a spiritual path, or on an ascension journey, you are in the right place. This is a like-minded community. If you want to feel empowered through Western tropical astrology and you want to connect with your tribe, take a moment right now to subscribe. Also tap the notification bell so you'll get a reminder when I share my next video. Welcome back if you've been watching my videos. Thank you so much for your support. I'm Betsy. I am a psychic astrologer, intuitive life coach, and the author of the book, The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling, which is the energy that we are in right now with Saturn and Neptune so close together, activating a new chapter for all of us. This is what I help you with in my book. I help you to transition from where you are now to where you want to be, crossing that bridge, which often feels like a soul initiation. And to do so, we are birthing a new sense of who we are. We are often letting go of an old phase of our life. So I want to let you know that I do offer astrology consultations. At the end of the video, I'll tell you more about my readings, and I have a free gift for you as well, an instant download. So stay tuned till the end to find out about that. And I write about the astrology in my weekly inspirational astrology updates that you can get for free when you go to my website, sign up on my homepage. You will get my free instant download gift at the same time. Now, this new moon in Cancer, like all new moons, begins a new manifestational cycle. What does this mean? It means that we are planting seeds, as we say, setting intentions for what we want to co-create going forward. The sun and the moon are both together, conferring in watery Cancer. And because Cancer is a cardinal energy, meaning it's self-initiating, it's go-getting, the cardinal signs jumpstart a new season. They go after what they want. We are all in this energy during this new moon. But we have to keep in mind that Cancer is water energy. It's connected to our emotions. It's connected to our psychic intuition. Cancer energy is very tuned in to the energy in a room, the feelings that we get in our belly, and just the overall palpable, visceral sense of, does this feel good to me? In Cancer energy, we perceive everything that we're taking in with our senses. We perceive it through our emotions. And this is why, if you've ever been introduced to someone, you talk to each other for a few minutes and maybe you walk away thinking, oh my gosh, I love that person. That was so fun talking with them. What was their name again? And then you can't believe that you don't remember their name. It's because our emotions are connected to our feeling sense, not to the intellect. So during a Cancer new moon, you may feel very much connected to the emotional body, highly sensitive. Thinking about things like the home, family, your mother line, nurturing yourself, nurturing others, self-care, your inner child. This is a perfect time to beautify your spaces, to create more of a sanctuary kind of feeling in your home. Cancer is a very creative energy, loves to beautify. And big picture, it is a good time to ask yourself, what would make me feel more emotionally secure, stable, rooted in my life? Because Cancer is connected to the fourth house of home and family and rootedness, and we all have a core need to belong. And of course, we can feel a sense of belonging in our own home. We can feel a sense of belonging in the workplace. We can feel it with our friends, with our family of origin, or with our chosen family, or in nature with animals. It's different for all of us. The highest octave of Cancer energy is caring for others, nurturing your loved ones and receiving that nurturing back. But the lower octave of Cancer is feeling unloved, feeling like you give more than you actually receive. Trust issues. So this new moon can also be a good time to give yourself what you feel like you're not receiving from others. And I know, my friend, when you're feeling especially down, you often don't feel inspired to give yourself that TLC. This may be a time to reach out for emotional support from someone you trust, from a professional. Treat yourself to the nurturing that you desire to receive from another. Now, Cancer is ruled by the moon, and because the new moon is in Cancer, it's at home here, making this a beautiful time to focus on your own emotional well-being, also the physical body. Did you know that the moon is connected to the body? And specifically, Cancer rules the reproductive and lymphatic systems, the breasts, the uterus, the ovaries, and the left eye. If you want to do a new moon ritual, writing down what you're calling in, what you're co-creating with the divine, use water or spend time near water. You might want to do an inner child meditation. And don't be surprised if some sort of emotional release comes up for you as well, because Cancer energy is especially suited to the healing and soothing balm of having a good cry. So who will most feel this new moon in Cancer? It is happening at 4 degrees of Cancer. Interestingly, the number 4 is associated with structure, with hard work, with a strong work ethic, planning, knowing what the rules are, following the rules, creating a solid, sustainable foundation. Those of you with planets or points between 0 and 8 degrees of the cardinal signs of Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, or Libra, you will feel this Cancer new moon most intensely, most personally. This said, we all have 4 degrees of Cancer somewhere in our natal astrology chart. Wherever you have this degree point is where you're going to feel the themes of this new moon, which I will share with you in the 12 sign readings based on your rising sign. So let's talk about the aspects that are going on during this new moon, because it's these planetary conversations, how the planets are interacting during this fresh start, new beginnings time. It's these energies that tell us how we can best work with this new moon. So the first aspect is the sun and the moon, both in Cancer, that is the new moon, conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter is now in Cancer. It is considered exalted here, which means it is in its full power, and Jupiter amplifies whatever it's interacting with. We associate Jupiter with blessings, with good fortune, with the good stuff, the yummy stuff in life. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. We all love Jupiter cycles, but we have to keep in mind that sometimes Jupiter can amplify the negative. If there's something really difficult happening, that can feel emotionally bigger in our lives as well. What I love that Jupiter conjunct a new moon does is it raises our consciousness. Jupiter is the sage. It opens us up to new possibilities. It does tend to lift our spirits and make us more optimistic and hopeful. And it shows us the bigger picture, which is especially important because Jupiter is not just conjunct the sun and the moon, it's also making a square to Saturn and Neptune. And squares are uncomfortable. Squares are tension or pressure that motivate us to take a step, to take action. So if we're looking at this from the level of, I want to grow as a soul, I came here to expand, then we're not bothered by the fact that Jupiter is squaring Saturn and Neptune. We're up for the challenge because we know that this is the process of what we call up-leveling. There's always some discomfort that we have to move through on the ascension journey, right? Now, in addition to the sun and the moon coming together with Jupiter, uplifting our consciousness, raising our level of hope and optimism, we also have the sun and the new moon, making a beautiful, harmonious sextile to Mars in Virgo. Mars in Virgo is saying, let's talk about the how. Let's talk about how we can bring our desires to fruition. Mars in Virgo is studious, it is sincere, it's committed to get the job done, whatever that job is for you, whatever the things are that are on your list to check off. It's detail oriented. Mars in Virgo is also known for its themes of purification, detoxification, self-care, moving into silence, time alone, doing something grounding that helps us embody the higher energies such as yoga, meditation, fine-tuning what you eat, perhaps doing a cleanse. Although I have to say that in Cancer energy, we often want to indulge comfort food. Now, during this new moon, it's not just Jupiter that is squaring Saturn and Neptune. The sun and the moon are activating Saturn and Neptune through a square conversation as well. So what you want next in your life, my friend, it may feel very up for you during this time. Again, squares feel like tension, pressure. They can feel like overwhelm. They can feel like there's too much on my plate. And because it's a square to Saturn, often that means more work, authority figures pushing your buttons, perhaps, rules and restrictions that feel tight to you, or a delay. It's not necessarily no, you can't bring this vision into life. It's there's more hoops to jump through, or the timing isn't quite right, or you're being made aware of the extra responsibility, a higher commitment that you would have to make if you wanted to take on perhaps what's being offered to you or what you're thinking about stepping into. With a new moon squaring Saturn, it can feel like you're trying to execute a plan. You're trying to do the things that you're supposed to do, but the deadlines are looming. The energy can feel heavy. But we want to remember, what is the purpose of Saturn and Neptune so close together in the sky right now? What is the purpose? How are they supporting us? They're supporting us to make a dream real, set something new into motion. And because Mars is in Virgo, making that lovely sextile with the new moon, we are during this new moon really looking at the how, the logistics. How can I make this happen? And it could feel like one step forward, two steps back. So I want to acknowledge that in case anyone's going through that. I've been feeling that myself. I get it. We want to keep in mind that the new moon's also squaring Neptune, and that can bring extra confusion. That can bring self-doubt, new questions coming up. Is this really right for me? Do I really want to do this? Are there other options that I haven't considered? And what I think is really happening here, big picture, is that we are moving into what we call a new timeline, a new era, a new consciousness, a new way of thinking, a higher evolution of how we're doing our lives. In short, many of us are bringing new habits, new ways of interacting, higher octave skills, let's say that, or maybe more healed hearts we're bringing into this next chapter. And so what I'm sensing and feeling intuitively is that there may be new options or possibilities, ways of getting to where we want to go, ways of accomplishing our dream that are still crystallizing, that we may not even be aware of yet. And that's why these square energies could just feel a bit bumpy for a while. The sun and the moon squaring Neptune are also saying we have to let go of the old chapter, the old energy, the what's leaving. A lot of us are still, even if we're not aware of it on a very subtle level, grieving something that we're walking away from or that has died or that we're closing out in our lives. It's the Joseph Campbell quote, and I'm paraphrasing. We must be willing to let go of the life that we planned in order to embrace the life that is waiting for us. So how do we work with this energy? By remembering that our heart always knows the next right step. You can put one hand on what we call the high heart. You can put your other hand on what we call the low heart, which is that sacral area below your belly button in the area of the Cancer womb. Cancer is connected to the womb that we all first experienced before we were birthed into this world. So one hand on the high heart, one hand on the low heart. And as you tune into what you most want right now, or if you are contemplating taking an action, or is this right for me, whatever this is for you, you can feel in your body whether it's a yes. If it's not an absolute yes, it's a no. For now, we'll see how things unfold. Saturn and Neptune in Aries, Aries energy can feel like a sense of urgency. So I'm also asking myself right now, when I get stressed, when I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm behind, I need to hurry up, or I should have done that before, or, time is ticking, I ask myself, is this really urgent? And a lot of times the answer is actually, no, it's not. Now, I know I said that my favorite aspect was Jupiter making a conjunction to the new moon, but this last aspect that I want to talk to you about is actually my favorite aspect because it is so powerful. During this new moon, Mercury is also in Cancer, and it is doing a beautiful, harmonious dance with Uranus in Taurus. Mercury is what we consider the human level of communication, but it can show up as divine downloads. We call Mercury the winged messenger. It can be those synchronicities and those signs and those epiphanies that come through conversations with other people, or watching a YouTube video, or automatic writing, which I teach you how to do, by the way, in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes. So we have Mercury dancing with Uranus, and Uranus is what we call the higher octave of Mercury. It's our connection to the cosmic intelligence, to the infinite field of possibility. They're working together during this new moon. What does that mean? It means be ready for a breakthrough, be ready for an aha moment, a spiritual awakening for some of us. We call Uranus the Great Awakener. A sextile is an opportunity, a solution, a workaround, new resources that we didn't know were there, new ways of doing what we want to accomplish, new options that we didn't see before. So during this new moon, my encouragement to you is think expansively. Approach things with a beginner's mind. I don't know how this is all going to come together. I don't know maybe if this is the right thing for me. Talk to the divine. Observe any walls to the extent that you're aware. What walls or constructs of your conditioned mind might be ready to come down or soften or dissolve? Because it was during the Sagittarius full moon that happened 2 weeks before this new moon that we were meant to uplift our consciousness, to rewrite our story into one in which we believe in ourselves. We have heightened faith. We are ready for the divine to lead us forward. And that full moon in Sag said it's time to clear the hard drive of our conditioning. Start with a clean slate. Get out the brand new canvas and the beautiful new paints. If I couldn't possibly fail, what would I say yes to? If you didn't have a past, what would you say yes to? And remember, Uranus is cutting edge innovations. These can be ideas that feel so out there, so much like pipe dreams, revolutionary even. Don't throw away your idea just because your mind is still trying to perceive what you are connecting with through the lens of your former conditioning. Because that is in the process, that old conditioning, it's in the process of washing away. So write down those ideas you're getting, breathe life into them. Talk to an astrologer or a coach like myself, or a friend, whomever you trust, and get support. Pay attention to any breakthroughs. Open up and let those breakthroughs happen, because Uranus's goal is always to free and liberate us. And this new moon in Cancer, my friend, could absolutely be a moment of eureka, aha, liberation, and feeling that Cancer emotional support that we need to confidently say yes to our dream. Okay, my friend, let us do the 12 sign readings now. Listen to your rising sign. This is the area of your life connected to the area of your natal astrology chart in which you will be experiencing this new moon energy. I also highly recommend that you listen to your sun and your moon signs, because those will bring further themes and intuitive messages. And we're going to start with Cancer, because beautiful Cancer, this is your new moon. And it is quite a special new moon. Why is that? Because Saturn coming together with Neptune in Aries for the very first time, jumpstarting a brand new era. This Cancer new moon is activating that Saturn-Neptune meetup. And by the way, I have my moon and my rising in Cancer. And Jupiter is conjunct this new moon. And I go into what all of that means in the first part of this video, which Cancer, you should definitely watch because this is your new moon. So the themes of this new moon are a brand new beginning, setting intentions, seeding your plans for what you want to cultivate in terms of a new identity, a new role, a new job for some of you, a new business for some of you, a new way of being, perhaps. This can also be connected to your appearance, to your physical body. The moon rules the body. Cancer, you're already aware of this. Many Cancers know, including myself, that especially as we get older, it's very easy to put on weight in Cancer energy. Why? Well, part of it is that Cancer does love to eat. I mean, that's true. But, love specific kinds of foods that can be higher in calories, comfort food, all of that. I know these are generalizations. It's not true for all of you. Some of you are probably saying, no, I just eat a really clean diet and I'm very health conscious and da da da. But my point is that for a new moon, you can definitely feel this in your physical body, and you can also feel it in your health because the first house rules are vitality. So this is a beautiful new moon to get anything checked out that has been concerning you if it has. It's also a beautiful new moon to attend to, like if you've had any sort of chronic pain, if there's anything that your intuition, Cancer, because you're psychic, you're so intuitive. If you've been getting any nudges from your body, if you haven't been sleeping well, if your own intuition has been telling you this food isn't good for me, I need to start taking this kind of supplement, all these things. This is a new moon to really let really it's like putting your arms around your body and saying, body, I love you. Body, I want to care for you. Body, thank you for taking care of me, for being my body temple, as we say. Also, if you want to make any change to your physical appearance in terms of, how you do your hair, your clothing, or anything like that. But big picture, this is the brand new start for many Cancer people, especially if you have planets or points in the early degrees, because those are the degrees that are being most activated by the Saturn-Neptune conjunction. It's not an exact conjunction. That won't happen until February, but they are so close. They are, I think, 1 degree apart right now. So they are conjunct. They're absolutely conjunct. And we're feeling this. We're feeling this. Leave me a comment, Cancer. Especially if you have planets or points in the early degrees, and even if you don't, you could still be feeling it because a conjunction is a 10-degree orb. So even if your planets or points are further on, you could still be feeling this energy. And it could feel like a push-pull. It could feel like pressure. It could feel like tension. It could feel like overwhelm, like you have too much to do. Like there's just, it could feel heavy. It can. And at the same time, there can be an excitement and you can feel a sense of, I am moving into new territory. You could feel like just a feeling that maybe you haven't felt for a long time that is optimistic and is a sense of, I always liken this to what I call the road trip vista phenomenon, where you're driving, if you're in a place that you haven't been before on a road trip, and you're driving in the early morning and the sun is just coming up and you're coming to the crest of a hill and you don't know what's on the other side because it's brand new territory, that can be the most wonderful, uplifting feeling in your heart. And so you could be feeling something like that around this time too. You could be feeling a lot of different things that don't feel like they go together. So Cancer, a new moon in the first house can affect any area of your life. You could have a desire to move. You could have a desire to change your home. You could have a desire to meet a new person or to change a relationship or change your relationship status in some way, to make a move in your career. It can be any area of your life. And I want to pull a card for you now and see what the cards have to say. Just remember that this new moon is a very important new moon for all the cardinal signs, and especially, of course, Cancer, because it's in your sign. And so give yourself extra TLC during this new moon, carve out some time and space, get support because Mars is in Virgo. This is a really good new moon to get a massage or, have a spa day, or I know those things can sound so superficial, but they're not. Every time I get a physical massage, all massage is physical. Every time I get a massage, I'm like, oh my gosh, why don't I do this more often? I'm doing this again. I'm doing 5 of these. Literally, that's what my mind is doing when I haven't had one for a while and then I get one. Okay. So, Cancer. Let me pull a card for you now. For the new moon in Cancer, for our Cancer friends, our Cancer family, our soul family. That's what you all are. Ooh, Cancer. Okay, I'm psyched for this too, I have to admit. The Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. Yes, yes, yes. At the end of part 1, I talk about the aspect. There are many planetary conversations going on during this new moon. And if you skip those, when I talk about all of those conversations, you miss so much of how to work with the energies of this new moon. But if you listen to that, then you heard me talk about Mercury sextiling Uranus. These are both the magic that can come through divine guidance, intuition, our own soul kind of. So I'm getting this picture of like a spiral like this. Our own soul activating, okay, maybe it's a DNA, maybe it's a thread of DNA. See, our DNA during the Sag full moon, our DNA, and this has been going on for some time now with different transits and lunations, but the Sag full moon that was 2 weeks before this new moon was specifically one of new light codes coming in. It was conjunct the galactic center. There were many other aspects, but I'm getting this as I see the spiral, this DNA spiral, feels like it's talking about how our DNA is literally changing, evolving, being upgraded. And so that can actually cause, it can feel like, oh my gosh, where am I? Who am I? Who am I? That's a first house question, first house identity question. Some of you could be asking that now. Some of you could be having an existential moment of, who am I now? Who do I want to be? But this card, Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic, all the light. I mean, really, Cancer, this is saying cut away anything that isn't supportive. Those stories that we tell in our heads, the mind chatter, the sense of I'm too old, I'm, not beautiful enough, I weigh too much, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't decide, I don't know what my passion is, all those things. Every time I do a coaching session or an astrology reading with someone and they tell me they don't know what their passion is, by the end of our session, they know what their passion is because they knew all along. They knew all along. But it's our mind that says, I really don't know. So wield your sword to cut away anything that's unsupportive that is going on in that inner narrative, because the truth is you are the magician. Have confidence in your magic. If you want to claim your magic, in the comments below, beautiful Cancer, let us all know you will inspire all of us. Gemini, hello, beautiful Gemini. Gemini, I have my natal sun in Gemini, and you are going to experience this new moon, which is the beginning of the time to seed intentions, plant seeds, decide what does your heart want going forward. Now, many of us already know this. It's not going to be new to us during this new moon. Instead, what it is a continuation, because these energies during this new moon that are activating that Saturn and Neptune conjunction, these energies have been going on since the end of March. But now the rubber is hitting the road. Are you feeling this, Gemini? I'm certainly feeling it. Now we're in action. We are taking action. A new moon is not about action. A new moon is about a time to reflect. It's when we do we go inward. Sometimes we get connected to our fears and we release the fears. We prepare the soil. During a new moon, we're preparing the soil. And maybe we are dropping a few seeds in there because we are, deciding what we want. But this new moon for you in particular, Gemini, it is about your income. It's about what you deserve, what you have grown into in terms of self-worth. Many of us have up-leveled our self-worth. We know that the work that we've put in and what we're giving is worth more than maybe we've been asking, and we're ready to ask for more. And this is a new moon that is encouraging that for you. It's encouraging you to step into a knowing of self-reliance, that you can create the material security for yourself that you want to create. Some of you will seek out a promotion around this new moon time, or plan to, maybe during the first quarter moon that comes after this new moon. That's often a good time to take our first action on whatever the new moon has brought to us in terms of inspiration. You may, Gemini, set up a new structure for yourself. Saturn, I talk about how Saturn's playing into this new moon in the first part of this video. You may you may be creating a plan, setting up a structure, writing out some bullet points of how you want to move forward in creating a more solid financial life. Some of you may want financial independence, and you're thinking about that. So the message that came through for you when I was jotting down notes for you, Gemini, was you are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Embodying it, feeling it in your heart. I am doing this myself too, like breathing it into our hearts, right? Because so many of us, and this is Cancer energy, so many of us, wherever we have Cancer in our charts, we've had a broken heart. We've had numerous broken hearts. Cancer is such giving energy. We can give and give and give in the Cancer area of our chart. And our heart can get broken. And we can forget that we're enough. And we can overdo and overgive to compensate. And this new moon for you is saying you are enough, Gemini. It's safe to claim your worth. So let me pull a card for you now, and let us see the added message that the divine wants to give you through the cards. Beautiful gem. For this Cancer new moon, ask for a promotion if you're ready for one. Say yes to the side gig if you want to do that, if you want to start doing something else on the side. If you want to do some self-love work or talk to your inner child or do an inner child meditation, that would also be really beautiful for this new moon. If you want to reflect on how to align your current life with your values, if something feels off or out of balance, this is a beautiful place to have a new moon to realign your life with your values, to think about, to plan, to take steps or a step in the direction of matching your soul's intention values with the mundane of your life, what your life actually looks like, the choices that you make, the things that you do. Okay. And you could also be thinking about buying something, a possession. Possessions fall in the second house as well. Anything that makes you feel more materially secure and proud of yourself for supporting yourself in a material way. Okay, gems. Your card is Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility. I love this card. This person's in meditation. They're on a bridge. They are sitting in the in-between. You may feel like you're in the in-between. Many of us are, between where you are now and where you want to be. And this card is really encouraging you to look up to the stars and remember the truth of who you are, and remember the truth that there is limitless possibility and that you can have what you want, and downloading the unconditional love from the divine and the new light codes that are, as I spoke about a few minutes ago when I got that message of the spiral, the DNA strand, and spiral. We're being upgraded. We're being upgraded. The new human. Here you are, Gem, the new human. If you want to claim your limitless possibilities, in the comments below, let us know. We would all love to hear. Taurus. Hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, you are going to experience the new moon in Cancer in your third house of moving and shaking, your everyday ins and outs of your day, your networking, coffee dates, meetups, phone calls, emails, conversations with neighbors, relationships with aunts, uncles, and cousins and siblings, your cars, your devices, short trips, transactions, buying and selling, learning and growth, creating websites falls here, writing blogs, freelance work. The third house is the Mercurial house, mindset and communication, if I didn't say that yet. Taurus, you're getting a sextile from this new moon to your energy, and sextiles, this new moon is full of sextile planetary conversations going on with the outer planets that I speak about in part 1 of this video. You're also getting a sextile, and that is a solution. That is you taking the initiative to make something happen. But when you do take the initiative, when you do ask for what you want, when you do make the call, when you do, you take the initiative, then you easily receive it. That's a sextile. It's an opportunity. And it's meant for you. But we have to decide that there's a need, right? We have to decide that we want something before we can get it. So, Taurus, that is what this new moon is about for you, or those are the themes, but it's happening to get you on board for your next chapter, your new direction, your Saturn-Neptune dream, which I talk about in part 1 of this video and in my separate videos on Saturn and Neptune. We're all now in this new era encouraged to step into a new dream and make it real. That's Saturn and Neptune. So Taurus, let me now shuffle for you and let us see. And I bring that up because this new moon is activating that Saturn-Neptune conjunction, and it is a really big deal, a really big deal. So new moons say, what do you want now in any of those areas that I mentioned? And it could be a new story. It can be a new inner narrative for you. It could be you buying a new car, getting a new device, healing a relationship with a sibling, or, meeting someone that feels like a soul sibling to you. Or, you could be signing a lease. You could be writing some agreement. Keep in mind that Mercury is going to shift into retrograde motion in July. I believe it's July 17th. I'm pretty sure that's the date. I will talk about that in my July video, July horoscopes video. But if you want to buy anything, because this is the house of those kinds of transactions, or sign a lease or any of those things, consider doing that before Mercury goes retrograde for sure. Okay, Taurus, let's see what the cards have to say for you for your new moon in Cancer. Taurus, your card is New Beginnings, the Moon Maiden. I love the green energy. This is, to me, very much of a heart healing for some of you. This is an angel that is just swimming in emerald green light. Emerald green light is healing, especially to our hearts. It can be healing to any part of our body. It's a 41, which reduces to a 5. And 5 is change, transformation, freedom, and new adventure. There's an ethereal feeling to this card. There's a sense of floating. There's a sense of just being. There's a sense of letting Mother Earth support you. In Taurus, you are earth energy. Mother Earth does support all of us, but especially you're able to feel that, embody that, enjoy that, appreciate that. If you want to say yes to embodying the Moon Maiden, perhaps during this new moon, to let the Moon Maiden come in and dance with your energy, uplift you, heal your heart. Some of you, I'm getting a real heal heart, a real heart healing kind of feeling. But it just feels it's that sweet feminine nature of the moon and the Moon Maiden. And if you want to claim your new beginnings, Taurus, let us know in the comments below. Aries, hello, beautiful Aries. Aries, you are going to experience your new moon where you're setting intentions, where you're seeding this new direction, next chapter, next greatest version of who you came here to be. It's happening for you in your 4th house of your roots, where you want to feel a sense of belonging, the sanctuary that you call your home, or wherever else you create sanctuary. Some people create it in nature. Some people create it traveling in a van. We all create it in different ways, right? But this new moon may be bringing up for you themes of home, family, or childhood conditioning, inner child healing. It does make a square to your energy. Squares get us moving. They put us into action. There is some tension and pressure. You could feel some overwhelm. You could feel some heaviness, Aries. After all, Saturn and Neptune are in your sign. You are getting that energy very intensely, especially if you have planets or points in the low degrees, but it doesn't have to be the very early degrees, because a conjunction to your Aries energy is a 10-degree orb. So it could be 10 degrees away, 9 degrees away, and you could still be feeling it. And this is a whole new era for all of us, but especially Aries people. So what is this new moon saying? It's saying, look into your home and family situations and decide what your vision is, and begin to let the planets help you to make it real. Jupiter is now in Cancer and it's squaring your energy, Aries, but squares don't have to be bad. A lot of times squares are what get us into action and help us to create. And Aries, you have the fire, the motivation, the get up and go to meet a square. I have Mars in Aries. When my Mars in Aries is getting squared, often it just gives me more push to take action. So it can be exactly what we need to get moving. And some of you may want to beautify your home. I think I already mentioned moving. Some of you may want to make a change in your family. You may want to heal a relationship with a family member. You may want to change the composition of your, live-in family. Like sometimes we're not biological family with someone, or we haven't created a family with someone, but we maybe, have roommates, right? You could have a desire to change that in some way. Or maybe you've been living alone and now you want to live with one or more other people. Lots of different ways this can play out. Some of you may want to do ancestral healing, heal the ancestral line, especially the mother line is very connected to Cancer energy. And there are YouTube videos on ancestral healing. And I also have several meditations on my YouTube channel for you. And I have one that you can download from my website and listen to as many times as you want. So lots of resources for getting more connected to your heart, Aries, and what you most want, and healing something, perhaps, if that's up for you, from your past. Okay, so Aries. Overall, this is a time to launch forward. It really is a launching forward time. And there are some bumps in the road, and if only internally. Maybe they're internal for most of us, but there are, because I'm not going to go into it again. I go all into it in the first half of this video. But the nutshell of it is, because we are ascending, we are new people now. But sometimes it takes a little while for the human mind and the human body to catch up to the new consciousness that we have already downloaded. Okay. Aries. The authentic self, many masks. This is such a cool card because it's in a way, it's what I just said. All the white energy of this person. Do you see how ethereal this person is? This is to me, this is an image of what I just said right before I pulled the card, which was our new consciousness. This person is in a new consciousness. They're all aglow in the ethereal white energy, the white light, right? They're full of light. And yet there are these masks that are floating around them. We as humans, we can wear masks sometimes, right? We can have taken on a mask as a child to survive, to go through, to live in an environment that was difficult, or to go to school, or do anything that was out of alignment with who we were at the soul level. And this is saying you are stepping into a new authenticity. You are letting go of a mask, Aries. You are saying, F it, I'm just going to be the way I am. I'm not going to allow any of my old conditioning to influence what my heart wants, what I say yes to, how I express myself. And this is the fourth house of inner child conditioning, after all. So what an appropriate card. Love the masks. I would say, if I were going to be your coach, I would say, love the masks. Love the parts of you that maybe don't feel as true and authentic anymore, because those are parts that helped you to survive at a time that you needed that. Kiss them goodbye. Dig a hole and bury them, but wish them well. Thank them for being there for you. as you step into your more authentic self, if you want to claim your authenticity and you're rising up to meet the high vibe of your new soul self, your new soul essence that is being more and more embodied, Aries, let us know in the comments below. Pisces. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces, you are going to love this new moon, I believe. Why? Because Pisces, this new moon in Cancer is trining your energy, and trines are the wind in our sails. They are smooth going. They are just a feeling of that new fresh breeze. And so you get this lovely new fresh breeze in your fifth house of fun, pleasure, comfort, joy, inner child delight, unbridled creative expression, true love and romance, your creativity, and children. And so this placement of this new moon is asking you, what would light up your heart? The fifth house is the house of the heart. What do you want, Pisces? I know you've been through it. I know you have. And I'll probably keep saying that for a while. Some of you are probably tired of me saying that, but all of the conference of planets that were in your sign, that were dragging a lot of Pisces down, that were exhausting anyone actually with planets or points in those late degrees of Pisces, felt it intensely. Anyone in those that had planets or points even in the mid degrees of Pisces, that would be me, we felt it. It was really draining energy, but that is complete. Yes, some of these planets are going to go back into your sign for a very brief time, but right now there's a bit of a reprieve. I hope that you're feeling it. And this new moon for sure is a dance play. It's the Ms. Frizzle quote that I love so much, but I always forget exactly how it goes. So it's get messy, make mistakes. Oh, what am I forgetting? Get messy, make mistakes. Basically, it's about being silly and following your heart and having fun. Okay, so Pisces. Do you want to create something, or do you want to put something out to the public that you haven't done yet? Are you asking, how can I give voice to my creativity? Are you ready for a new love or romance? Are you ready to take a relationship to the next level? Are you ready to spend more time with your children? Do you want to change up the way you do parenting? Do you want to make parenting more fun? Any and all of these kinds of themes could be up for you right now. Let us see, Pisces, what the cards have to say for you. Pisces, you're such an artist. You're so good at beautifying. That's Cancer energy too. Enjoy this new moon, because both Pisces and Cancer love to create beauty, love to, anything that you love to do, even if it comes down to just, playing with color, doodling, flowers, whatever it is, treat yourself. I hope you treat yourself during this new moon. Okay. Pisces. Your card is, wow, I love this card. Number 5, which is the fifth house. 5 represents change, transformation, freedom, and new adventures. Completion, closing a door. A door is closing so that you can walk into the light of a new door. The multicolored, I love the colors in this card. And the sparkles. A door is closing. Do you feel it, Pisces? I'm sure you do. I mean, oh my gosh, Neptune and Saturn and Aries at those end degrees, they were saying, let go of the old chapter. So much easier said than done. There's a grief process with every closing door. But the illumination, imagine that you're walking through the new door. Imagine that you're walking into the light. You are walking into the light, beautiful Pisces. If you want to claim your completion, claim it in the comments below, and watch part 1 of this video where I mentioned this new moon squaring Neptune. Neptune is one of your rulers, Pisces. It's part of the process that we're in during this new moon, is letting go of the old chapter. If you want to claim your completion, that you're walking through a new door as the old door closes, let us know in the comments below. Aquarius, Aquarius. Beautiful Aquarius. I love talking with you guys. It's so sweet that way. Aquarius, you are going to experience the new moon in Cancer, new beginnings in your emotional world. It's happening for you in your 6th house of daily habits, your daily work life, your work environment, your relationships with coworkers and bosses, also your lifestyle, your chosen lifestyle, and your health. So Aquarius, what is up for you in any of these areas? This is really the 6th house, the house of optimal wellness, optimal health, not allowing anything to get in the way of your emotional well-being. The 6th house is a great place if you're going through anything with another person that is hard, or even if you're trying to shed a habit, or you're trying to work on, uplifting your health, or maybe this could have to do with a pet for some of you because it's also the house of pets. But this is a great new moon to take a stand. I will not allow anything to get in the way of my emotional well-being, because the 6th house is health on all levels: emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental. So Aquarius, with a new moon here, it's like, what do you want your days to look like? What do you want your lifestyle to look like? Do you want a new job? Is your work environment working for you or not working for you? Do you want to change up your office? I mean, this could be as simple for some of you as a new workout routine, or, beginning to make green drinks, or beginning to work out a specific gym, or going to yoga. It could be any of those things too, Aquarius. Or you could just be like, I'm completely changing my lifestyle. Some of you could be retiring. So, or you could be taking a sabbatical, or you could be taking time off, just to reflect and decide what you want next in your life. So Aquarius, let's see what the cards have to say for you. Aquarius, Aquarius. Ooh, Aquarius, this is a soul growth card. This card is so ethereal, one of my favorites. The crossing initiation. You are being initiated on a soul level. You are going from one place in your life to another. You are crossing over the bridge, and an initiation is at the soul level. That means for some of you, you're coming out of a dark night of the soul. For some of you, you feel like you're in between worlds. Some of you feel like my life is so different from what it used to be, or it needs to be so different, but I don't know what that looks like yet. You could feel very much like one foot in each of the worlds. That is a crossing. You're crossing from one world to another. Beautiful Aquarius. I love this card so much, but it is not always easy to do this. And if you are in that place and you haven't checked out my book, I really want to encourage you to do that, because that's where I share my stories of big endings and transitions that I've moved through in my life. And I really wrote it so I could be of encouragement and comfort and guidance for you if that's where you are in your life right now. In any case, if you want to claim that you are being initiated at the soul level, which is also very, very exciting, beautiful Aquarius, or if you want to just share whether you resonate with anything in this reading, let us know in the comments below. Capricorn. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Capricorn, you are going to experience this Cancer new moon in your 7th house of committed relationships. All partnerships, business or romantic, spouses or people that are very important to you in your life that are not, of that spousal nature. People that are significant. It can be best friendships. It can be adult children. Anyone that you lean on or who leans on you, you have their back, they have your back. That is this house, the 7th house. Agreements, contracts can fall here too. This new moon is making an opposition to your energy, and so it is focusing you on what do you want? What is your vision for your ideal partnership, whether it is business or in romance? Who do you want to deepen a committed bond with, if anyone? Or is this about deepening your relationship with your own soul partner, your inner soul partner, which I talk about in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes? Marrying your own soul, as we say. I know that can sound very cheesy, but merging with our own soul can bring all of our outer relationships to a new level of fulfillment and joy as well. So Capricorn, and it can take us through a really hard time. That's the thing. Sometimes, you know, it seems like everybody scatters to the winds and it's just us. And that can be such a lonely time. And that's one of the reasons that I wrote my book, because I've been through many times in my life that were like that. And it's really hard. So Capricorn, and some of you are probably going through a rebirth right now that Pluto is firmly in Aquarius. And yes, it has been for a while, but if you were one of the ones that went through last year, 2024, you went through maybe that last pass of a very, very hard Pluto transit, you could be in a phase of now I'm finally getting my mojo back. I'm finally waking up to the fact that my life actually isn't over. Sometimes when we're going through a hard Pluto transit, we think, am I ever going to come to life again? Am I ever going to want to do anything else again? It can be that feeling. You could be feeling now, okay, now what? Now I'm finally ready. And, who do I want on my team? Who do I want in my life? That's the 7th house. So let's see now what the cards have to say for you, Capricorn. Cancer new moon. The Watchers, transpersonal. I'm going to show you the image of this card because it's incredibly powerful. The first thing I always think about when I see this card is taking a trip to someplace like Arches National Park or Moab, if you know that. I know that this I don't mean to make these videos so US centric, but any place in the world where there is this strong force of nature like you see here, and connecting to nature and remembering that there is something bigger than us, which we often experience when we're in an environment like this, right? That feeling that the transpersonal, that there's so much more going on that has nothing to do with each of us personally or individually. It's so much bigger than that. And the Watchers is saying, observe, be the observer of your life, be the observer of what's happening in your life, be the observer of your relationships, be the observer of the part of you that may be triggered in relationship right now, the part of you that wants something different, the part of you that may feel stuck, the part of you that may have been wanting to overcome a relationship dynamic and that hasn't happened yet, but you've been working on it, or you would like that to happen. And maybe there's some anger for some of you to release. Maybe there is, as I'm looking at this creature, it's looking to me like it's kind of a dragon kind of figure or a big Sasquatch or something like that. It's not of this world. It's not of this planet, but it's powerful. And there's an energy here for you to claim. And when I say the observer, for some of you who may not fully know what I was talking about, when I say be the observer, fly above yourself and say, observe what that ego self, not to give the ego a bad rap, the part of us that is just trying to get through this human adventure, this human experience that can be really challenging. Put your arms around that part of you. Observe that part that may be in pain or may be questioning or may not know their direction. Observe that part. Love that part. You know, this is the kind of thing that I can work on with you in a coaching session, for example, but observing yourself from the higher octave, the higher knowing that you are a spirit of pure love, having a human experience. Beautiful Capricorn, if anything that I shared in this reading resonates, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, beautiful Sagittarius. Okay, Sag, thank you. It's just about time that I just get a little bit silly. Beautiful Sag, you are going to experience the Cancer new moon in your house of power and control, death and rebirth, transformation. Yes, this is a house in which we could use a little bit of lightening up. But what I love about a new moon in this house is it's bringing your attention to your heart's desire for intimacy, emotional or sexual intimacy, or both. It's bringing your focus to your long-term material security. your assets, retirement funds, any kinds of investments, loans, debts, taxes, basically your financial situation, long term speaking, or it could be present term. But this is the house in which our resources are often shared with others, or we're receiving a return on our investments. So that, in other words, we're sharing resources in a way with another institution that then is promising to give back something to us. This is the house of emotional attachments, dependencies, things that we feel we need to be happy, to be successful, things that are often connected to fear. But you may have a goal during this new moon to grow your assets or buy a home. Real estate falls here as well. You may have a goal during this new moon to move in with somebody and begin to share more of the things, time, energy, money with another person. Or maybe you are working on a relationship. Maybe you don't live together, but you're working on a relationship that is intimate. Lots of different ways that this could play out, Sag. But for some of you, you may feel like you're going into a next phase of your life that is more of adulting. If you're much younger, you may feel like I'm moving into a next phase where I'm thinking about putting money away, or I'm thinking about buying a house, something like that. That could be for some of you as well. So Sag, new direction, new chapter, new version of you as your soul wanted to express in this world. What is it for you? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Let's pull a card for you now. Sagittarius. I love laughing at myself. Anything that gets me giggling, I think it's worth it. Okay, and look at the card. Oh my gosh. The joyful muse. Yes, yes, yes. Sad, you guys are my muse. I don't know why. Well, you are across the way of the zodiac from my Gemini sun for sure. So that could be part of it. But I love this card because it's saying time to lighten up, be joyful, give your cat, if you have a cat, a violin to play. Just kidding, but you know what this is saying. And the creativity of the violin, the green, the emerald green, the heart, playing with color, inspiration. It's time to get inspired. Whatever you want in this 8th house area, you will go far. You will do better with that if you let yourself get inspired by lightening up, by having fun, by playing with an animal, by playing with a child. Go have fun. Go do something. I know, Sag, it's not hard to convince you to go have fun, but we just had that full moon in your sign, and it was it had an intensity to it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. My point is, with the full moon in your sign, Sag, we up-leveled our consciousness, the light codes, new energies coming through, our vibrational frequency. And now you may feel like, okay, I want to feel a little bit lighter. I mean, you let me know. It's different for everyone. Let me know how it was for you. If you want to claim your inspiration, if you want to claim that the joyful muse is visiting you, is working through you, let us know in the comments below. Scorpio. Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Scorpio, you are going to experience the Cancer new moon, which is trining your energy, the wind at your back. It's filling your sails. It's smooth sailing for you. You are going to experience this in your 9th house of expansion. Expansion, new horizons, new adventures, road trips, long distance travel, taking a course, graduating from some sort of learning program, some of you publishing something. Again, when I talk about all these subject areas, this is new soil that's being cultivated for these things. This is seeds that are being planted, reflecting on what you want. So something to do with learning and growth for you. What does your heart want in terms of a new adventure? Are you ready to travel someplace else? Or do you want to, sometimes it's armchair travel. Sometimes it's learning through a course that you're taking online. It is the 9th house also connected to astrology. If you want to learn more about astrology, if you want to get an astrology reading, that is a perfect thing to do during a new moon in your 9th house. Any place that would make you, anything you can do that would make you feel more expansive, new scenery. You'll really benefit from getting out and doing something that you haven't done before. Around this new moon time or between new moons, we over a 6-month period is when they fully culminate, but the 2 weeks after the new moon is when we are often taking actions that are aligned with the new moon as well. A new moon of expansion, learning, and growth. And for some of you, this could be a change in a belief system, a new philosophy. I think I covered it all. Okay, Scorpio, let us pull a card for you now. What does your heart want, Scorpio? What would make you feel expansive? What would make you feel like a new you is coming out, a new lease on your life? Let's see what the cards have to say. Scorpio. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Scorpio, this is so you because your energy is traditionally connected to the 8th house of death and rebirth, and that brings in the shadows. But what is in the shadows for all of us is new life, new life. We often relegate the most beautiful, light-filled parts of ourselves. We often relegate those to the shadows. And this is saying you have treasures there, you have gems there that are ready to come out. I love the image on this card, the will of the wisp. The will of the wisp, what an ethereal card. It's so mercurial. And during this new moon, as I speak about in part 1 of this video, we have a lovely aspect between Mercury and Uranus, which really wants to open us up to epiphanies and breakthroughs. And I feel that this is so ready to happen for you, Scorpio, with the will of the wisp, with this so when I look at this card, I see that DNA strand that I mentioned. I think it was in the Cancer reading. The spiral. There's a spiral here. There's new energy, the blue, the throat chakra. There's new energy that's coming in, coming down through the crown as well. It's almost like, oh my gosh, sometimes it's so hard to put words to the information that's flowing in. It does feel so ethereal. It does feel so blue to me. Blue as in otherworldly strength and support to tell you the truth of your heart. It's some claircognizance opening. It feels like an awakening in the 7th chakra that then comes through your heart. You recognize a treasure. There's something about yourself that you haven't been cherishing, Scorpio. It's time to cherish a part of you that has brought self-doubt, that has brought fear, that has maybe kept you playing smaller than makes you happy. There's a new soul essence wanting to come online, and that's the treasure that's hidden in the shadows. One way to get into that shadow is to do a meditation. I have several on my YouTube channel. They're all linked in the description box below, and one you can download from my website when you sign up to get my weekly inspirational updates. But of course, there are meditations all over YouTube as well. Beautiful Scorpio, but that may be one way that you want to tap into your own deeper truth and knowing and discover the treasure hidden within that is ready to show itself to you. If you want to claim your hidden treasure, the hidden treasure of you, let us know in the comments below. Libra. Hello, beautiful Libra. Libra, you are going to experience the new moon in Cancer in your 10th house of career, legacy, life purpose expressed, how you want to spend your time. This is the house of you giving back. This is the house of, it's your most public face, and it can be volunteer work, it can be retirement or semi-retirement, but you are beginning a new life chapter. Libra, leave me a comment. Let me know if that's true for you. Why do I say this for you in particular? Because all of the cardinal signs are being activated strongly, especially if you have planets or points in the early degrees of your sign. You're being activated by the Saturn-Neptune conjunction. They are very close together. I know they're not exact until next February, but they are very close together, and they are very much online, working together to get us into the next chapter. And this new moon is super activating of that. And I say why in part 1 of this video. So Libra, are you thinking about how you want to spend your one wild and precious life, as Mary Oliver says it so beautifully. Are you closing out a chapter of your work, of your career, or of your professional life, or of a job? Are you feeling restless? Do you feel like you're wondering what your purpose is? Do you feel like there's something more in your life? Are you really ready to retire? Some of you are. Are you really ready to take a sabbatical, or say no to something that has been draining you? You could be feeling any of these things, but this new moon says it's time to launch, not launch, it's time to reflect on and meditate on, or envision, feel as though it's already happening now, what you want instead. And because you're getting a square from this new moon to your energy, it could feel heavy, it could feel like pressure, it could feel like tension, but it's activating you to take some action. And some of us are just being pushed to get some things done that have to get done so that we can put our energy into this. Like some of us just have other things that are weighing on us that we have to take care of and get out of the way so that we can, have more of a lightness of being. Libra, so let me see what the cards have to say for you. It depends on the planets and points in your chart and where they're squaring your energy. Okay. Libra. Wandering between realms, straddling worlds. So many people are straddling worlds right now. Libra, do you feel like you are? What I love about this card is that all the purple and the white light is saying, you are not doing this alone. You have help. You have assistance. Ask the divine for help. Know that having one foot in the ethereal realm and one foot in this realm is very uncomfortable, but it's also where you need to be. We can call it wandering. We can call it's stressful. It's stressful when you feel like you're living two lives in a way, or when you feel like what's more real, this one world or the other world that I've got my foot in. It's challenging, I know, but the feathers are showing your angelic wings that are getting you through this, beautiful Libra. And if you look closer, you can see this is a warrior. This is a warrior. And he's got one arm up, pointing his focus toward the divine to receive divine wisdom. It's like he's in a warrior pose, like a warrior yoga pose. So embody your strength, embody the truth of your strength, Libra. Because as difficult as it is to be going from one vibrational frequency to another, one life chapter to another, one world to another, however you're feeling it, as challenging as that is, when you pause to embody your pure strength self, that can make the whole adventure that much easier. Beautiful Libra, if anything I shared resonates for you and you would like to comment, let me know in the comments below. Virgo. Hello, beautiful Virgo. Virgo, Mars is in your sign during this new moon, making a beautiful sextile to the new moon. I love that so much. And Mars in your sign also gives you a strength. It gives you a sense of having your own back, sticking up for yourself if you have to, gives you more courage to do things that you need to do that then make you feel so good about who you are and the actions that you're taking. It can infuse us with a new bravery and a new sense of our boundaries and protecting those boundaries. So Virgo, you're going to experience this new moon in Cancer in your 11th house. And the 11th house is the house of our dreams, fulfillments, our hopes and our wishes, our allies, our supporters. The 11th house is also where we promote something, if we're promoting something, where we, put our brand out in the world, where we gather tribe around us. Sometimes it's where you have some sort of an audience base. If you have a social media platform, if you do videos on YouTube, for example, that's the 11th house as well. And this really is the house in which we ask the divine to support us, or we ask other people to support us in carrying out our soul's intentions, putting our work out into the world. It is considered the world card in the tarot, and you're getting a sextile beautiful Virgo, from the new moon to your energy, which is quite beautiful. Very supportive, an opportunity, a solution, a workaround, something being taken care of and resolved if that's what you need right now. Virgo, because Mars is in your sign, I think this is going to be a very energizing new moon for you. And basically it's saying, what is your dream right now? What do you want to share with other people? Are there new friends? This is also the house of friendships. Are there new friends that you, or new people that you want to spend time with? People that you want to begin to deepen a friendship with, or maybe you want to go to a meetup group, or maybe you want to start online dating. This is the house of online dating as well. Any kind of tribe that you find or individuals that you find through online resources. Really, Virgo, the world is your oyster. What do you want? This is a beautiful time for you to seed intentions for that. So let us see what the cards have to say, and also long-term financial gains. So this is a new moon in which you could be also talking to the divine about, financial wellness and financial independence for some of you. Are you ready for support? If this is true for you, then this is a new moon in which to say yes to giving yourself that support as well. Finding other people who are going through what you're going through. Okay, Virgo, let's see what the cards have for you. Virgo. Ooh, one of my favorite cards, resonating. Yes, and it's the whale song. Oh my gosh, I am so tapped into the whale world right now. On my Instagram, I share a lot of whale videos because the whales are so primal to our nature, right? They are so, first of all, they are truly awe-inspiring. They, in their movements, their grace, they move us at such a deep primal level. And they, I believe, are guiding us home. And when I say home, I mean they are guiding us to our true resonance. They are taking us into a place of knowing our true resonance. And that's how, through that whale frequency, the whale song, right? That's how we find people of like mind, which is the 11th house. That's how we find our people, our soul brothers, our soul sisters, our soul mates. We find them by being in resonance with who we really are in our hearts. And this is what the whale song can do. It can put us back into resonance. Are you resonating with anything in particular? If you are, Virgo, this is the time to claim it. This is the time to claim your resonance with the earth, perhaps with the whales, with whatever is lighting you up, whatever you're resonating with right now is what you are meant to follow. It's what you're meant to say yes to. It's what you're meant to take steps to co-create with the divine. Beautiful Virgo, if this resonates with you, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Leo, hello, beautiful Leo. Leo, you're going to have a new moon in Cancer, connecting you to your emotional well-being, to your heart, to what you need to feel emotionally secure. The seeds that you're planting, the new soil that you're tilling in this area of your life, it's happening for you in your 12th house, a very spiritual place, a house of rest and retreat. During this new moon, you may want to just cozy up. This is so Cancer, to just cozy up with your warm blanket. And I know it's summer for a lot of you and that feels too hot, but like you just may really want to feel more that your home or wherever you're spending time is your sanctuary. A beautiful time to create an altar, a beautiful time to connect with the divine for sure. It's the house of your inner mystic, the subconscious mind, becoming more aware of your subconscious narrative, perhaps shifting that, perhaps really intending to deepen into like the 12th house is astral travel. It's our out-of-body experiences. It is downloading information in our dreams, where we can have those dreams. How many of us have probably dreams that we can count on one hand that are truly awakening and life-changing? You could have one of those life-changing dreams during this time. You could have an experience that that's one to write home about, so to speak. It's a very soul-connected place, the 12th house, but it's also the house where we can sabotage ourselves, self-sabotage. So This new moon, because Mercury and Uranus are sextiling, they're dancing together harmoniously, you could definitely have some sort of breakthrough or epiphany or light bulb moment that wakes you up to the next level of who you came here to be. Beautiful Leo, what do you want right now? What do you want to intend? This could also tap you into a health thing. I'm not saying a health issue necessarily, but just health and wellness for you, because it is across from the 6th house. And if you have any planets in the 6th house, this new moon will be talking to those planets as well. So Leo, let me pull a card for you and we'll see what the message of the cards is for you. This new moon, I do believe I keep looking at the word mystic in my notes for you. Claim your inner mystic if you resonate with that. Maybe some of you during this new moon, because it is a time of rest and retreat, often in the 12th house, we don't want to go anywhere. We want solitude. We want to write poetry or listen to music or just get lost. We can definitely want to just escape and get lost and sort of retreat into something that lifts our vibration, a movie or a book or music that uplifts us. But maybe this new moon is showing you, if you do a meditation or something of that sort that takes you deeper, it's going to wake you up to a new aspect of yourself. Leo, I do have meditations that are linked in the description box below on my YouTube channel, as well as one you can download on my website as well. Okay, here we go. For free when you sign up for my weekly updates. Leo. Wow, this is very 12th house, the divine matrix. It doesn't get more 12th house than the matrix, in my view. The galactic mushroom. This is a galactic new moon for you if you choose to have one. This is what I was just talking about in your reading. Being uplifted, being taken to a new place in your consciousness, and maybe you even feel it in your body or out of your body. The galactic mushroom. And some of you are probably going, okay, this is saying go enjoy some mushrooms. I don't know. It could be whatever resonates for you. But it's a number 6 when we put together the 2 and 4 and reduce it to a 6, which is feeling like you are taken care of, feeling like you are in that zone of love and pleasure and harmony. Maybe this is taking you into harmony, a greater level of harmony with your own soul. How do you feel about the divine matrix? Do you want to leave the divine? Do you want to enter the divine matrix? What I was going to say is, do you want to leave this, artificial matrix? It's all in our head, right? It's all in our consciousness. We can create whatever we want. It's all up to us to design our consciousness, our mind space, in the way that we want to. But the divine matrix is calling you, is beaming you home here, beautiful Leo. If you resonate with anything I share, and there's all this green, which I associate with your energy, heart energy. If you resonate with anything I'm sharing, let us know in the comments below. I would love to hear. My beautiful friend, I am so happy that you joined me for this video on the Cancer new moon. Thank you for your likes of this video. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes to the channel are what keep me going. If you would like to do an astrology consultation with me or a coaching session, go to my website, check out the testimonials that other clients have shared after working with me. We can do a Heart's Desire reading, a life purpose, natal chart, relationship harmony. In all of my readings, I share with you what jumps out at me about your astrology chart, what transits are interacting with your natal planets and points right now, what's going on in your life that you would like guidance on, how can I support you so that you come away from a reading with renewed confidence, hope, and faith, or at the very least, validation of what you're going through now and why. A lot of my clients love the 90-minute consultations that I offer, which gives us some extra time to zero in on anything that is of great importance in your life right now. So go to my website, check out the offerings. If you want some coaching, we can do a clarity coaching session as well. And it is my joy. I look so forward to meeting you on Zoom. I have a free gift for you, and that free gift is a soothing guided meditation that will connect you with your intuitive guidance, with the unconditional love of your soul. Go to my website, sign up to get my weekly inspirational astrology updates for free, and you'll get that free instant download at the same time. My beautiful friend, let me know how you are feeling about this new moon in Cancer that is activating the Saturn and Neptune conjunction and is giving us that much more of a push into the next phase of our life. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings. I love reading your comments. And until my next video, I am sending you all my love.